everyone. All right, I am Dr. Sherry and I am here. Let's see what is going on in the comments before we get started. Let's give everybody a chance to come in the house. Hi, Lakia. Dr. Sherry is Lakia from Ohio. Okay, Ohio is in the house. I think you do really informative work. Oh, thank you so much. I'm trying. I am trying. God knows I'm trying. All right. Okay, you guys, as everyone comes in, let's give them just about a minute. Got a not a whole lot today, but it's enough. Oh my gosh. I don't even want to say it's not a lot. It's enough. It's definitely enough. Let's see. And wait a minute, let me go back. Lakia is a member. So hello to our members. Now listen, if you are a member of our YouTube family, I am having a meeting just with our members on, I want to say October 28th. I think it's October 28th. Okay, so if you are a member, please be in the house. We are going to have a sit down talk where I'm going to talk to you guys about some stuff that I cannot talk about here. Okay. All right. So I think it's October 28th. Be in the house. Hey, Antoinette's a member. So if you all see that little circle dot, that's our little members right there. Hey, great day, everyone. All right, let's see who else is coming in. Hey, Kimberly, how are you? From Ohio is in the house. Okay, Ohio. Okay, Ohio. April's a member. Hi, April. I hope that you're at our meeting coming up real soon. Hi, Miss Kelly. Good morning from Louisiana. All right, Louisiana, and Kelly is a member. All right, let's see who else. Deborah. And one thing about Deborah, I know that she got her status correction paperwork, you guys. So congratulations. Uh Give me 1 second, you guys. Give me one second. Give me 1 second. I'm having to text. Okay, I'm sorry. That's my daughter. Y'all know when those babies pop in, I gotta kind of stop everything. All right, let me see what else is happening. All right, April. Okay, April says she will be there. All right, April's from Ohio too. And Deborah says yes, yes. Congratulations to you for getting all that paperwork done, and hopefully you'll be able to get everything notarized and uploaded to Global so you can start getting those deposits. Okay, you guys. Yes, congratulations. All right, let's go ahead and get started. First and foremost, let me do a few housekeeping. So if you would go ahead and hit the like, and every time you hit that like, it helps to push this out a lot further. So if you would hit the like, hit the thumbs up, hit the thumbs up here, hit the thumbs up, and let me go ahead and shut all this stuff down. Okay. And so if you'll hit that thumbs up, it'll push it out a little further. I'm sorry, I'm a little distracted because my daughter is contacting me telling me she's lost. So I don't want to be distracted with her telling me she's lost. So I'm trying to give her direction so I can kind of focus in on you guys. So just give me a second. Y'all know I'm a real mama. Okay. I'm a real mama. When them babies call, everybody has to stop. And I'm sure those that are on the call right now, online right now, if you're a mama or a grandmama or auntie or whatever, they got babies involved, everything has to stop. So anyway, give a thumbs up. It helps push this out a little further, you guys. And I thank you so much for doing that. Thank you for those who are seeing what I'm doing. I even received they sent over to me a donation for me to get a coffee this week from Starbucks. So I thank you guys so much. You all don't know it does do something to my heart when you're being thought of and being appreciated. Like I said before, hey Harrison, go Dr. Sher. Harrison will be on our case watch, you guys. Not tonight. We do it every other week, but next Friday, Harrison will be our guest. Okay. And I'm going to get back to what I was talking about my coffee. I want to make sure I acknowledge that he will be our guest on Case Watch next week. Wait till you hear the story of what has happened to Harrison. It's going to blow your mind. And during Case Watch, which we're teaching now how to get through and set up these court cases, but also if you're trying to do it from the straw man's perspective, or if you're trying to do it from being status corrected, we kind of give you two different routes. So we kind of mix in a story that's happening along with giving you direction. So Harrison, we're really looking forward to that next Friday. Okay, 6:30 p.m. I think Eastern Standard Time. Good morning, Dr. Sherry. And hi, Yolanda. How are you? Okay, and April, yes, we do. I was just helping my grown babies love them. That's right. So going back, you guys, I want to say thank you to those who are sending in the donations. Like I said before, even if it's $5, $10, $20, whatever you're sending, I just want to say thank you, because it does make me feel like all of the work, everything I've done, that it's finally, it's paying off. And I wanted to start our live today with just appreciating you, because a lot of you are in your families. You are the one in your families that are status corrected or moving towards status correction. And you might not be supported by your family members. Your family members might, maybe slight you by saying you're crazy, you don't know what you're talking about, no friends listening to you. And I've been in that space. I'm still in that space, okay? But I am happy to say, after all of these years, and y'all know I've been in this since 2009. So I am so happy to say that after all of these years, my mommy is getting her status corrected. I wish I had one of those little buttons. I do have it. I just haven't set it up. But let's give me a round of applause for finally helping her to get to the point where she gets it. Okay. And let me tell you guys how she got it. Okay, wait, my baby is saying, okay, all right, she's fine now. I'm gonna tell you how my mother got it and what really made her say, okay, I'm ready. And my mother's age, she'll be 83 in December. So you have to understand why this is so important. And I'm saying this to those that are in, hey, Alchemy, Hope Bay. I hope I'm saying it right. No, I think I got it last week. I think I got it correct. All right, peace and love to you. And oh wow, yes. So I want to say what really made her know that this is serious, because she sees what's happening on the news. She watches CNN from time to time. So she sees what's happening on the news, and she's comparing it with the information that I am getting, okay, from the global bank, and just, all of the stuff that's happening in the school. And she's in the school too. Thank you, Miss Pastor. I think you pastor, right, Antoinette? Thank you so much. Yes, good job for my mom. Okay, so I just want to acknowledge that she is doing it. We completed her paperwork. Oh, thank you so much. We completed her paperwork, and my baby daughter, she has a baby deed, because you don't get status correction until you turn 21. So she's covered under a baby deed, and two of my other daughters are moving towards status correction as well. I did their paperwork. Okay, so now they're seeing what's going on. They're getting it for themselves, and that's why we can't pressure people. This is why we have to allow them to move how they need to move. Okay, and when they need to move. The only thing we can do is just be a witness of what's happening in our own life. Okay, and that's so important. And I wanted to start with that today, you guys, because many of you are kind of labeled like black sheep of your family. I know you are. Many of you are shunned. Many of you are treated as if that you are clueless to what you're talking about. And so I'm here today to stand in the gap for you to understand you are where you need to be. You do understand very clearly. You are the head and not the tail. Okay. And what I am going to tell you is that you keep moving, you keep living, you keep doing the things that you need to do to make sure you are all right. That's important. Okay. And they will come. And, it's so many times you have to understand. I mean, even scripturally, it says that a prophet is never recognized in his own town. All right. So you have to understand that those words ring true, and it's okay. They will come. They will come. And so we're going to keep moving and keep doing our thing. All right. Okay. Good afternoon, Shiloh. All right. So now, once again, thank you so much for those who have given Cash App, Venmo. I am Dr. Sherry. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. Even Zelle, I am Dr. Sherry at gmail.com. I do appreciate that because I did go get me some coffee, and I did get me some things at the airport while I was traveling this week. So y'all have no idea. The little 10 and 15 and $20 be coming in handy. So I thank you so much. Now let's just get started on everything we need to talk about today. I got my little notes. Oh my God, you guys, it is so much happening so fast. I'm not lying to you. I every week now, there is no way I'm able to keep up with how much news is dropping and how it is dropping. I'm trying to keep up in enough time to come back to tell y'all like a full summary, but I'm unable to because I can't even get through all of the information. So what I'm doing here today is I'm giving you the information I got all the way up to, let's say, maybe around Tuesday night, Wednesday, but even like yesterday, even Thursday. No, this information I have goes up to about Wednesday. But even Thursday, even down up to this morning, more news has dropped. And I just haven't even had a chance to massage it or read through it all to kind of give you all a play-by-play of what's happening even up to right now. Okay. So what I'm going to do is, if you're joining me on those TikToks on Tuesday, 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, I'm starting to give updates over there too. So y'all, you just gonna have to kind of follow me in all these different locations so I can kind of keep you abreast of what's happening. But yeah, hit me over at TikTok. And while I'm saying that, go ahead and follow me everywhere. If you're not following me on Facebook, please go ahead and follow me on Facebook at I am Dr. Sherry. Instagram, y'all know I am Dr. Sherry everywhere. TikTok. Subscribe to the channel. If you have not subscribed, please subscribe, because what happens when I go live, you'll get notification. And when I drop videos, you'll get notification. And especially if you're a member, you should already get that notification of our next meeting, which I think is October 28th. But I'm going to be putting some more videos up here, you guys, not lives, but just regular videos on these words and the spells behind them, because there was such an outpour of people saying they did not know that when I did that video about words, okay, on what was that, Facebook? I think I dropped it in TikTok. And so one of the words we're going to talk about today, but I'm finding a need to actually do just little blurbs of videos, okay, about the word spells and what they mean. All right. Oh, Lord. Okay, let me see. Hello, Dr. Sherry. I'm fine. How are you, Miss Francis? Okay. Oh, thank you, Harrison. Give a thumbs up. If you give a thumbs up, you guys, it does push this out a little further. All right, so now let me get started. I don't even know where to begin. Oh gosh. All right, let me just begin. How about that? Okay. It is. Well, let me ask you, and I think we talked about this last week, but I need to I need to go over this again about how many states there are. So, I asked that question. Well, let me just ask it again this week. And those that know from last week, just put it in a chat. When I asked you how many states are there, put it in a chat. How many states? How many states? And we talked about this last week, but I'm going to take it a little further this week because of some stuff that is happening to kind of give you guys an understanding how we need to know where we are. There we go. Okay. So last week when I asked it, okay, so everybody got it. We know that there's 100 states. Okay. So you see, I told y'all we'd be on point over here. We'd be on point. Okay. So we know that there's 100 states. So you know that when you are going about your daily lives, you have to understand which side you're dealing on. Okay. That's very important to understand what side you're dealing on. Now, this week, the state of state. So when I say the state of state, I'm talking about the de facto. because our states are the real ones. Okay. Our states are the actual land that we're standing on. Okay. So make sure you understand that it's this, like when you walk out of your home and you're standing on that ground, that's the real land. That's the real state. I don't care if it's Georgia, Pennsylvania, Florida, California, Idaho. It doesn't matter where you are, Nevada. When you step out on that land, that is the true state. All right. Now we talk about the de facto, that's called the state of state. All right. And there are 50 of those too. Now, this point that I'm about to make, you guys, is so important that you have to stick with me, because it was so much that happened this week that you have to know what side you're on. So, for example, when you see court paperwork, in a court paperwork, it will say state of, because that's a state of state. Okay. So anything we deal with, we don't have to put anything in front. It is the state. So Pennsylvania state, Georgia state, it doesn't matter. Okay. All right. So give me 1 second. Let me see what she's saying. Okay. Okay. All right. Just making sure she's okay. All right. So when you're talking about when we're talking about the state of state, how can I put this to not confuse you? Okay, here, let's start here. It's all, how can I put this so I don't confuse you guys? Okay, let me start here. Who in the chat has seen the movie The Truman Show? I just want to see who's in here that has seen it. So therefore, you're going to be able to kind of really understand what I'm talking about. Who has seen The Truman Show? It's a movie, The Truman Show. Truman, Truman. Okay. CJ Flash. Anybody else? Okay. Shout out, doesn't mean yes or no, or you just looking. I don't know. All right. So this doesn't look like many of you have seen the Truman Show, so I need to start it from another standpoint. Okay. How many of y'all have seen The Wizard of Oz? Okay. Shiloh says yes. Kelly says yes. Okay. All right. Kimberly says thumbs up. Okay. So in The Wizard of Oz, when Dorothy finally realizes that when she gets to, I don't care if it's the Wiz or the Wizard of Oz, it doesn't matter because all of them get to the same point. But when she finally gets to Emerald City, and when she gets to Emerald City, she pulls back the curtains, right? She pulls back the curtains and she realizes that Oz, the wizard, was fake the whole time. And yes, Jim Carrey played in The Truman Show. But do you remember that part? Okay. And she realized that it was fake the whole time. Okay. So even with The Truman Show or The Wizard of Oz, when she pulls back the curtains and realizes that it's all been make believe, The Truman Show is a man who actually lived out his life on a stage. He lived his entire life literally on a stage the entire time. And he didn't know. So there were characters that were coming, playing parts that were people in his life. And he didn't realize that these people had been hired to play a part in these people's lives. Okay. So she didn't realize that these people had been hired to play a part in these people's lives. So that's when you watch The Truman Show, I'm telling you all what the catch line is already. His life is being played out on a stage, but he doesn't realize it until the end, when the movie is almost over, that his life has been on stage the whole time. So again, people are coming into his life, even down to the restaurant, the street that he's driving or walking on, the neighbor. All of these people were hired to play a part in the show. Your life is The Truman Show. So when I'm telling you the state of states, Okay, when I'm telling you these state of states, these people that are playing in these municipal governments, the whole de facto setup, whether it's the British territorial or the municipal, I'm talking about these little city courts, these county courts, these parishes, all of those, okay, the police officers, all of those are de facto. It's the Truman Show. They are playing parts of something that's not real. Now, does that make sense? I need y'all to give me a thumbs up that you get you understanding what I'm saying, because you cannot get confused at this part. You have to understand that if you're not status corrected, you're in the Truman Show. If you're not status corrected, you are allowing the whiz to guide your everyday moves. Okay, is that making sense? Okay. Okay, looks like everybody's getting that part. Okay. Now, if you're watching this on a replay and you're not getting all that, I can tell you just stick with me for a minute, okay? Okay. So now you understand why status correction is important, because we're pulling you out of a stage. We're pulling you out of a play that's being created on a daily basis that's not real. All right. So I don't care how much the de facto says that they're real. I don't care how much a governor says he's real. I don't care how much a secretary of state says he's real. I don't care how much a police officer say they're real. I don't care how much a judge say they're real. I don't care how many times they say that they're real. They are a part of the Truman Show. They just don't know who they are. Okay, the good witch of the east, the bad witch. That's right. That's exactly right. They don't know who they are. They don't know that they are literally playing a role in this entire setup. Okay. So what happened this week? Oh my goodness, you know that their government has shut down. So if you're status corrected and if you have a global bank account, you received the email where they gave us a video on why the government is being shut down and what has happened with that. So I'm going to try to break that down to you, but I had to get you to have the understanding of where you are. So if you're not status corrected, you're in the Truman Show. If you're status corrected, you're sitting in the movies with me watching the Truman Show, because we know what the heck is going on. And we just saying, poor babies. Do y'all get it now? Do y'all understand that point? Do you understand where I just came from on that? Okay. Either you are on the screen or you sitting in the theater with me eating the popcorn watching the screen. Okay, it's important that you understand that. All right. So this week, with this government being shut down, you guys, it started again with the United States, the true United States. Okay, the people. Now, y'all know I always preface this. There's history before that. Let me be very, very clear, because I don't want anybody to get mixed up that Sherry doesn't know what's going on. I know what's going on. Okay. I know that there was history thousands and thousands and thousands of years ago. I understand that very clearly. But for where we are right now, and the situation we're dealing with right now, we're just going to pick up at 160 years ago, because we can kind of self-correct just right there. Okay. But we do know there was much more history before that. Okay. All right. So what's happening right now is that with the United States of America, the land, okay, we hired contractors. So let's just say, for instance, you have a house and you need some work done on your house. You hire a contractor to do the work because you might not be skilled to do that work. So you hire someone to do it for you. It's the same situation. It's the same thing. It's the same thing. The United States of America hired contractors to first, it was about being the defense, being their defense for them. So it was the Navy that they hired to be their defense, a military to protect. Okay. And then there were other services that came about after that. So what happened was the United States of America, okay, the people, okay. Give me a second. I'm sorry, is this it? I say yes. Okay. I'm sorry, you guys. My baby girl, she is she's needing my assistance right now. That's why I hope y'all are being patient with me while I'm trying to help her make sure she's getting where she needs to be. And I know I'm on live. So those that are watching the playback, I'm so sorry. I keep stopping and starting and stopping and starting. But I'm being a mommy right now. I'm being a mommy. But I promise you I'm gonna come right back and pick up where I am in line. Yes. Okay. Okay. Now she gets it. I'm on live. So I'm telling her, handle it. Okay, so now and I get to Shiloh. The Shiloh says the movies are you as Jesus on the metaphorical cross. Okay, so there it is. That's another way you could put this. So let me come back to try to pick up to where I was. Okay, so you have the United States of America. They hired the contractors to be the defense, and there were other services. The contractor that we hired, which was the United States of the USA Inc., they hired no, the lowercase, the United States, they hired another contractor. Okay. So you got the contractor that hired another contractor. Okay. So all of those contractors, this contractor that we hired and the contractor that hired a contractor, which is the municipal at the bottom. Okay. All of those people work for us. Okay. So you got to make sure that you understand that all of those people, they work for us. They work for us. Okay. Now, what has happened? Thank you so much. Yes, okay. When it comes to these children and grands, we got to kind of make sure we're in order. So anyway, yeah, she's fine now. So what has happened was those people that we contracted, just like if you have a house and you contract them to come in and do some work for you, what if those people that you hired to come in to do the work for you now actually move into your house? Okay. They move into your house. They have you pay their bills, they have you pay their mortgage, and they kick you out of the house that was yours. That is exactly what took place with us. Do y'all get that analogy? Do you understand that? I need you to understand that. That is exactly what took place. Everything was switched. So we're coming in as if we are at the bottom, that we are serving them, when as it boils down to no, y'all get this thing right. You serve us. And that's what's going on. So when they sent the video of the government shutting down, what is happening, you guys? Remember, I told you the trusts have been collapsed. So all of those trusts, okay, that they were using, taking our monies from those birth certificates, the bond paper, all of those trusts. Remember, I told you when a baby is born, considering how much that baby weighs, that's why they weigh the baby in ounces, because that's the amount of gold that's literally put over into the state trust for that baby. So it's money. It's real money. Gold and silver, it's real money. Okay. And so what happens is that money has been accumulating all this time, all of that interest, all of that money from all of these generations of people. Okay. Those that have passed on, all of those generations of people have are receiving all of these funds. Okay. So it's important that you understand the interest on that is it's crazy numbers. Okay, it's enormous. When they collapse, when I say then, I'm talking about the true American government. This is what ANA is the fiduciary for. When they collapse those trusts, and the USA Inc., United States of America Inc., because they have bankrupt and changed their name so many times. Okay, it's ridiculous. But they bankrupt to the point that they can't change their name anymore. That's why they're in the space that they're in now. Okay, the World Court said you will not change your name anymore. You're over. You're bankrupt, so now you have to fulfill the bankruptcy. This is where Doge came in. Okay, so this is where you got to understand. This is where Doge came in. Remember, they were coming in, and Elon Musk was trying to find all these different areas and all these different pockets to find money and cut this and cut that and cut this and cut. This is why they were doing that. Okay, remember, the Navy already has seen the future through a device called the the Chronovisor, a time traveler machine that the Pope has in his possession. Yes, I heard about that too. I heard that they know what is coming. They've been preparing for this for a minute. Okay, so it's important that we begin to understand where they are more abreast of what's happening than we are. Okay, it's just that we don't know who we are, and this is why we're doing this work, because we need you to understand who you are, but now begin to show other people how to get where many of us have already accomplished, being status corrected. So where we are now, and just picking up where I just left off. When the United States Inc. hired the contractor, and the contractor hired the contractor, they went bankrupt. Okay, they can't change their name anymore. That's why Doge came in, did all the restructuring. Okay, trying to find money, clutching it, because they knew the time was going to come where they weren't going to be funded anymore. So let me explain to you how this is, you guys, so you can kind of get this. It's like you having a job, and this is what has happened to some people. You have a job. You found out you've been laid off. They say your last day is Friday. You know you have one more check that's coming next Friday. Next Friday is here. That's it. You have no more money coming. What are you going to be doing a month from now? You're going to have to start cutting back, right? You're going to have to start cutting back. You have to find other ways of getting money. That's where they are right now. That's exactly what the Inc., the United States of America, Inc., this is where they are right now. So when they say they're shut down, it's not about two sides trying to agree. You guys, they're the same side. They're working together. We keep trying to tell y'all this. It's no different sides. The Democrats, and the Republicans, they are all one part. They're one big happy family. Because what it is, it's wordplay again. It's not about Republicans being another party of people. No, it's a republic. The whole thing is a republic, which means freedom. Okay, so this is where you have to understand it's about freedom. Okay, it's our whole government is a republic. And it's about wordplay that they took to try to confuse us. So right now, there's no money. There's literally no money. Okay, so there are things shutting down all around us. There are things that are happening all around us because the money has now been brought over to the true American government, which is what? Our global bank. Now you're getting it? That's how the global bank has been funded, from truly our monies that have been in their trust this whole time. So when they've been getting paid for these services, they were taking it from us, from our monies. We just didn't know what the heck was going on. Things were already paid for, and they made us pay for it again because they put us in perpetual slavery. That's what slavery looked like. We were literally enslaved. You were enslaved, okay? Because you were property. This is why when you went into their courts and they can do and say and treat you any kind of way, they know your property. You don't have the brain, as in the straw man and the Wizard of Oz. You don't have the heart, as in all corporate entities. They don't have a heart because they're dead, okay? And they knew you would be afraid. So this is why I'm telling you, when you status correct, only thing you're doing is you're making yourself whole again. You're coming out of the Truman Show. You're coming off of the stage. All right. And so where we are today, like standing like right now, okay, the bank, their government is bankrupt. There is no money. Okay. And the only way to get them up and running again, just like I was giving you the analogy with the contractor, they're going to have to find a stream of income, okay, to now fund the lie that they've been doing all of these years. You think it's going to happen? No, it's not going to happen. So while that part is collapsing, our part is building, okay? Because more and more and more people are waking up. They're getting an understanding what the heck is going on. They understand where the true riches are, which is in our bank. So this takes me to the next thing on my list, which is, let's talk about gold and silver for a minute. You guys, The only way to have a true state, remember we just talked about the state of state, we know that we are the true state. The only way to have a true state is you have to do commerce with gold and silver. So if you look at some of the countries around the world, do you know some of the countries they are backed by gold, silver, some are even backed by oil. Okay, because we know oil is very lucrative. Real currency is backed by something. The energy from it. That's what it means, current. The currency, real currency. What is it backed by? That's pushing it, that's moving it. So we know that precious metals have an energy in it that pushes, it energizes. This is why we wear some of the precious metals. Do y'all know this? Am I getting too deep? I hope y'all are understanding, because I keep telling you, there's a place where all of this that we talk about, it comes centerfold. It comes centerfold with astrology. It comes centerfold with gems and precious metals of the world. It comes centerfold with our spirit. All of this comes centerfold. All of this comes centerfold with the makeup of our bodies. All of it comes centerfold. It's not individual things. It comes centerfold with you being an American, which now brings you back to the place that you were born. Okay, because the place that you were born is very special. It's very, very special because it's unique to you. Because the place that you were born and the time that you were born, now you're talking about your birth chart, which is another guiding force for who you are. This is why I'm trying to tell you guys, you got to wake up. It's not just about correcting your status. It's just not about paperwork. It's about the spirit of who you are. And all of these different steps are lighting a flame to each movement that you make, to each step on your path. That's what's happening here. Okay. And this is where you got to get the understanding of who you are. Even when you correct your status, that's just the beginning. Okay. It goes so much deeper. So now going back to the gold and to the silver, in order to be a state in the union, you have to do commerce with gold and silver. Now, do you understand that Florida and Texas actually put in their legislation? I'm talking about the state of states, the other 50 in that 100. You know, we have 50, they have 50. So the state of state over here, they voted. Listen, look how these people they're trying to get right, but they can't get right because they're corrupt. But they're trying to appear like they are. But Florida and Texas voted in their legislation to allow commerce using gold and silver starting next year. Okay, so you got to understand how they're trying, but they can't, because all of it, they're corporate. They're the Truman Show, and you can try to appear that you are us over here sitting in a movie theater, but you're not. You're not us. You'll never be. Only way to be us, you have to step into your authority as the natural man and the natural woman. And you have to begin to understand that. So it was like he was in a matrix. They created everything for him. Exactly. And that's exactly what they did for those that are property as U.S. citizens. This is why I always say you have to know who you are. So now talking about the gold and the silver, you know, with two of the states over in their union trying to make legislation with the gold and silver, because they knew this day was coming. They knew that we were moving back to a place where we were only going to use gold and silver back, or monies that are backed by some type of preciousness, whether it be gold, silver. Like I said, some countries do oil. I think it's Saudi Arabia that backs theirs by oil, and the United Emirates, if I'm not mistaken. I could be wrong. And I think it might just be Saudi Arabia. So when I'm talking about the gold and silver, you guys, if you look at, I promise you, this time last year, gold, I think, was like 20 something dollars. And silver was like 20 something dollars, and gold was at like 180. If you go back and you look, like $1,800 an ounce, you go back and you look at the lives from here, from number one, you are going to see us clapping our hands when gold reached 1,800. And we were like freaking out, like, oh my God, it reached $2,000 an ounce. Do you know what gold is not even a year later? I had to write it down. An ounce of gold today is $4,258.90. Did you hear what I said? This is not even a year later. Let me put this in the chat. Gold, an ounce of gold. I'm about to put this in the chat because I need you to see this. It's $4,258.90. Do y'all see that? This time last year, go back and look at the lives that I did. It was around $1,800 an ounce. Now, if you look at your stocks, for those that still hanging on to them, if you look at your stocks and if you look at your cryptocurrency that people are still losing their mind about and saying they're holding on to, okay, look how that has plummeted. You should be able to see what's going on. Now that's gold. Silver, I wrote that down too. I couldn't believe it. I just could not believe what I was seeing. I could not believe what I was seeing. Silver is $52.18. Do you realize if you had bought gold and silver last year, how you would already be rolling in the dough? You literally would already be rolling in the dough. I'm trying to get y'all to see that when you start fixing your life and you have an understanding of who you are and you begin to move and live in your authority, a way is going to be made for you even before the bank opens up. You got to understand that. A way is going to already be made for you because you are walking in your authority of who you are. It's like the energy will just start flowing. The energy will just start flowing. Like women, precious metals hold intrinsic value. Come on, Harrison. All right now. That's what I'm talking about. So I want y'all to begin to understand how all of this works together. If you begin to understand how all this works together, you will start jumping and shouting right now. See, this is the true church. This is what I'm talking about. This is the true church. This is the true understanding of who you are. Okay, yes, you can go into a building, okay, a brick and mortar, and you can be amongst a community of people that are worshiping. But do you understand what you're worshiping and hollering about? See, we on this live right here, we understand what we're worshiping and hollering about. We understand what the claps and the hallelujahs are. We understand all of that. Even understanding, okay, don't get me going with that, because even the word hallelujah means something. Oh my goodness. See what I'm talking about? Sometimes you can learn too much. Sometimes you can just learn. I ain't gonna get into that right now. That's for another live. Woo. The spiritual game of chess. The chessboard is maritime, law and maritime, law, colorful, law in black and white. That's right. All right. So now that I've dealt with the gold and silver, okay, so I'm kind of taking y'all through a little bit so you can kind of understand where we are right now. Now that you understand the gold, now that you understand the silver, now you understand how everything is, the gold is going through the roof, the silver is going through the roof. There's a reason why that's happening, because the trust, when it was in the wrong hands, they were controlling everything. They were controlling all of it. They were keeping the gold down. Okay, they were making the stock go up when they want, make the stocks go down. They don't have any control of that now, because remember now, let me take that back. Let me rewind what I just said. They never had control of the gold. I'm sorry, because the gold is backed by international. Okay, it's a value that's backed internationally. They have control of the stocks. They have control of the crypto and how it goes up, comes down. Okay, they have control of all of that. If you don't think they do, yes, they do. Okay, but the gold, the precious metals, they don't have any control of that, because it's the value of the people. Is that making sense to you? It's the value of who we are. It's the value of the naturalness of the world. Okay. And so now that the naturalness of the world is coming back, the gold, the value of the gold, the value of the silver, and it's more precious metals too they're increasing in value, because people are finally understanding what the true value is, what the true worth is. Okay. And so now when we talk about the gold and the silver, let me switch over now to South Africa. Something huge happened This Week in South Africa. And for those that follow, you know, you knew this was going to happen October 15th. Now, remember, you guys, the St. Crown Exchange, that's where all of the currencies around the world are exchanged in the de facto. That is one exchange. Okay. They have other exchanges as well, but that's one exchange that is used. All right. So the de facto uses the St. Crown Exchange. In the St. Crown Exchange, AFD is there. Now, go back and look at one of my other lives. I already talked about that when somebody actually bought AFD in the St. Crown Exchange. And that was during the time it was, I think it was $180 because the gold was like $1,800. So she bought like $20,000 worth, I think, something like, it was something crazy. Okay. So she bought 100. She bought 100 AFDs, and I think she had spent close to $20,000 when she bought it. All right, now on October 15th, which I think was Wednesday, okay, the AFD, if those that's in South Africa, they were able to start exchanging the AFD in the St. Crown Exchange, but they changed the AFD to DRAU. That is that's the call letters for it is called the Dominus Aurum, AURUM, Dominus Aurum, okay, DRAU, but Dominus, DOMINUS, Aurum, AURUM, and the call letters is DRAU, okay. So what they did was, if you had AFD in the St. Crown Exchange and you were in South Africa, they took the AFD and only thing they did was just exchange it over to DRAU. So now it could be bought and sold on the St. Crown Exchange. Okay. South Africa wanted their own gold back token, and that's what they decided to do. And now they are exchanging on the St. Crown Exchange, going from AFD to DRAU. Now, that is something major that happened this week. Something else major that happened this week, Anna made the statement that the tsunami is coming. Now, I told y'all a long time ago that the tsunami was coming. I told y'all when this thing starts revving up, which it is, it's like nonstop now. Every day there's something else. There's so much that has happened just from the time from yesterday to today. I gotta catch up. So I know Tuesday I'm gonna have some more notes for you. So if you find me over there on TikTok on Tuesday. But it's so much that's happening that people are waking up and now they're wanting to be status corrected. That sends me to the next thing. They have found on the TASA website, some of the forms are incorrect. Some of the information is incorrect. Now, only thing I can tell you at this point is I know the forms that we have, the format that we're doing, it has already been accepted by hundreds. Okay, hundreds have gone through with us. So if you don't know, if you're not sure, or you don't, you're going through the paperwork and you're seeing some of the error, this is something that has just come up. Okay. Only thing I can tell you is that we can assist you. Okay. We can assist you to record the documents on Global. It's free. Okay. To record your documents on Global Bank, all of that's free. And also you can go on Global, if I'm not understanding, and you can do, I think they have their own place where you can correct your status. If you put in, I'm not status corrected, if I'm not mistaken, and please, I don't know if anybody has done this yet, but listen, we're here to grow and to kind of understand. If you put in, I am not status corrected, I think they will take you through the steps to do the paperwork and to get it done on the Global Bank. Okay. Now, if you're just freaking out, and I agree, because I understand, because when I first got into this, I didn't want to make any mistakes and I didn't know what the heck I was doing. And so I literally just paid someone to do the forms for me, and then I got them recorded. Okay. We have a service that can do the paperwork for you, and we'll send it to you priority mail for you to get them notarized. And then my suggestion to you is to go back to Global to get them uploaded to the system. Okay. But I'm trying to tell you the information that's coming down now, what to look out for. The goal is for everybody to get your paperwork done. Okay. Whatever method you're trying to get it done, just get it done and upload it to Global so you can get your account. Now, if I'm not mistaken, I think Miss Deborah, I think she already got her account from Global. Now she's just waiting for her documents to be sent to her so she can get them notarized, upload them, and she's good. Okay, Miss Deborah, just confirm that for me. I think I saw somewhere, or I don't know if that was you, it might be somebody else that said that they actually got their Global bank account number this week. So just let me know if that was you, but I think that was you. All right, so you guys, I wanted to make you aware of what is coming down right now as far as that's concerned for those that are in the space, because now the tsunami is happening. Every day, more and more people are waking up. They're understanding that Global Bank is giving these deposits. They're understanding that this bank is going to be turned on like it has already been, is activating now in the de facto over in South Africa with the DRAU. Okay. So we have to understand it's nonstop. Okay. It's not stopping. Now, this brings me to the credential card. There was a lot of talk this week about credential card. Where do I get my credential card? I don't know where to go, where to get my, if first of all, you get your credential card, you can get that at Global Bank as well. If that side is not activated yet, you guys, you're going to have to be patient. Okay. Some people are saying, I'm not getting the emails yet. You know, I saw that a couple times this week in the school. If you're not getting the emails yet, we're getting the emails for you. We're giving you the information. You're going to have to be in a place of peace until all of those little kinks are worked out. That's easy stuff, because if you're in a school, you're getting all of the information. So there's no need to worry. Okay. You're getting everything that you need, and we're helping you to fill in those gaps right now. Okay. So what I need you all to do, as far as the credential cards, if you're in a space on the Global account and it's not activated yet for you to get your Global credential card, just hold tight. Just hold tight. Okay. It's coming. Now, what I do need you to do is prepare to get the credential card. This next part is very important. Soon, I'm going to do a video, and I'm going to try to get it done this weekend, but I'm going to do a video between the difference between domicile and resident, because there's major confusion where that's concerned. If you're status corrected, we domicile. Okay. If you are a United States citizen, if you're property, you have a resident. All right. So those words are key, especially even when I do court paperwork. If I'm going into court and I am presenting myself as status corrected, because I've gone into court several different ways. Sometimes I go in as status corrected, and I let them know I have all authority. I'm the highest ranked person in here right now. And then sometimes I go in as the straw man and I still kick ass. Okay. We're using their statutes and codes. So I just need to tell you how you go in matters. Because if you go in as status corrected, you domicile. Okay. If you go in as the straw man, you have a resident. And it does make a difference. Now, if you're status corrected, what I am telling you guys, remember, no one should know where you live. You're private. No one knows where you lay your head. You're private. Okay? With that being said, we talked about getting the rural route address. Okay, for some it has worked, for some it's not working. Go back and check out my video on the rural route address. All right. If to be safe though, it might be best for you to get a P.O. box. All right, because that's the address you want to put on your credential card. Now, I'm trying to go through and tell you guys some of the mistakes that I made from the beginning, because nobody was kind of like breaking stuff down. I remember I told you I've been in this since 2009. So a lot of this information, I was just feeling my way. I have a credential card, but QR code quit working. Not sure what's going on. Yeah, so I'm going to go back to this one. Just release and relax. I love that. we all are just going to release and relax. I haven't even tried my QR code in the back, but whatever's going on with it, I'm sure all of that's going to be worked out real soon, real soon. So like I said before, with these little kinks that's happening right now, I don't want anybody to freak out. Okay, I want y'all to remain in a place of calm, and all of that stuff is going to happen. And if you need news, if you're in the school, I'm dropping news like that to you guys. Okay, once and if I have stuff that has not been fact checked, I let you know that too. Okay, but a lot of the times I'm dropping stuff that I know is true and correct, and we're dropping it in the school. That's why y'all need to get into the school. If you're not in the school, you need to join us over there. Okay. Ooh, let me see. That sun is kicking. Let me bring this over here, son. All right, is that better? Let me see. There we go. Okay, that's better. That sun has moved where I am. Okay, so that's the credential card. I'm going to talk about domicile resident address. I'm going to talk about that in another video because I don't want to spend much more time here discussing that because it's going to take up too much time. But I'll do a video about the differences between domicile, resident, and address. Let me look at my notes. Okay, you guys, that's all I have for you today. Today, I need to spend some time studying because so much more information has just dropped. The tsunami is here. Anna has said that we're going to have a very wonderful holiday. Okay. Get prepared. That's all I can tell you guys. You need to be prepared. You just need to be prepared for what's about to happen. I heard one person say that when the bank turns on, that they decided to just go away for a little while, just to kind of take in what has happened, just to kind of be in a place of peace. Whatever you need to do for you, you do it for you. For those that have been on this journey a while, like I have, and you have seen a lot, you've seen a lot of hurt. I've seen so much hurt. I've seen so much pain. I've seen people get locked up. I've seen people like my own self, my own story, people trying to trick me in the court system to pay monies I didn't even owe. Okay, through a divorce. Okay, literally created checks. I'm not lying to you. They literally created a check. They literally created a check. And these people to today have not been called to the carpet for what they have done. Oh, but I'm working on it. Trust me, we are working on it and we are dealing with it because right now, even in the federal court system, they're kind of covering an actual crime up. That's a crime. Okay. A check was created out of an attorney's trust account. Okay. So all of these type things that have happened to us, the ones that were standing in truth, we're going to get everything corrected. I promise you we are. Everything is going to be done the way it's supposed to be done. But I'm going back to Philly Mama Bear's comment. We all have to be in a place to release and relax until all these little kinks are worked out. Okay? And it's going to be worked out. It's going to be worked out. We just got to stay on one accord. You are so welcome, Harrison. Thank you so much. Thank you, Dr. Sherry. You're so awesome to take the time to do this. I try. I thank you guys. I really do. So anyway, I'll be back here. Catch me on TikTok Tuesday, 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Okay. And if you're in the school, remember I was supposed to start Credit University this Sunday. I've been telling y'all all month that due to me travel and what have you, my schedule's kind of crazy right now. So we're doing everything on Tuesday. So we do the first Credit University will be on Tuesday. And for those that don't understand, Credit University is when I'm going to actually teach you how to use the straw man to make money for you. Okay, even though if you're in Global Bank, you ain't going to need it. But for those that still might be U.S. citizens, okay, I'm going to try to teach you how the straw man can make money for you. All right. And so that starts on Tuesday. We have our book club. So y'all know we are reading. Y'all know I always forget the title of this. Why do I always forget the title of this book? You know something is wrong when. I think that's the name of it. Or You Own Everything. What is it? Put it in there for me. You Own Everything. I don't know why I can't ever remember the name of that darn book. It's like it's a mind block here where it comes to the name of that book. What is the book that we are finishing up on in the school? I don't know why I cannot. You know something is wrong. I know Shiloh's gonna put it there in there for me because he's always the one that helps me remember it. Oh my, I don't know why I cannot remember the name of that book. Anyway, book club is two. You know something's wrong. Oh, I take it right. You know something is wrong with. Thank you. Thank you, Harrison and Kimberly. Oh gosh. Oh, I crack myself up sometime. Okay, so follow me everywhere. I'm thinking about doing a live over on Facebook. Okay, because I gotta shut some people down over there that's talking much junk and they don't know what the heck they're talking about. So I think I'm going to be popping over on Facebook to do a live. So if you're not on Facebook or if you are, go and follow me over there. I don't know when, but it'll probably be sometime this weekend. But again, on Tuesday, book club is first. If you're in the school, understand book club is first. You can just go to our calendar and everything is right there. But book club will be first on Tuesday, followed by Credit University. Then we'll have our meeting for those that are status corrected. You have to be status corrected to be in that meeting. Once again, you have to be status corrected to be in that meeting, okay? And then we'll end up with our TikTok live. So then I'll meet y'all over there on TikTok live, okay? All right, you guys, I love you so much. Thank you so much. I'm still navigating toward correction. Yay, yay. You should have your paperwork by now, so just get that turned in so the team can get started, okay? All right, you guys, love you so much. All right. Until next time. Bye. And don't forget, give a thumbs up. And thank you again for those who gave those coffee donations. Mwah. Bye.